Today we are going to be talking about drawing pencils and how to use them to make a value scale or basic shading. Drawing pencils also go by the name of drafting pencils, but whichever name you like, it's still the same pencil. First things first though, I want you to look at a classic number 2 yellow pencil. The biggest difference right away is the fact that a number 2 pencil comes with an eraser. Drawing pencils almost never come with erasers. The next biggest thing is if you look at a number 2 pencil, next to the number 2 you should see 2 digits, in this case the letter HB. If you look at the drawing pencil there, at the very top is also HB. So these two pencils are identical pencils with the exception of the eraser. Now, drafting pencils come in a couple ranges. The first one is the Bs. B pencils are softer leads. The next one is the H pencils. They have much thicker, denser leads. And in between is the HB pencil, which is equal parts of both pencils. All right. So right now, if I put down a couple more pencils, you'll see they look exactly the same. Different companies make different colors, so you really shouldn't buy it because this one's blue or this one's green. It's more about the quality of the pencil. All right. So I have a range of pencils here. I've got my H's, I've got my B's. So if I'm shading, I want to use the B pencils to put down a darker lead, and I want my H pencils to be my starting point, my drafting pencils. These are for if I make a mistake, they're easier to clean up and work with. So you usually want to start with those pencils in the very beginning. All right, I'm going to do a value scale here, but first things first, I want to show you that when you're using these pencils, they're equals. What I mean is, I have a 6H pencil and I have a 6B pencil. The 6B is equal in the sense that it's just as dark as the 6H is just as light. So if you want to think of it as a positive or negative, yin-yang, whichever metaphor you like, these pencils are on the opposite side of each other. They're both meant to do a specific job. One's meant for real light drawing and one is for real dark drawing. All right. Now when I start my project, I want to use my B pencil. The highest number will be the darkest pencil, and then I'm going to slowly transition to the next highest and the next and the next and so on. I'm going to work my way across. Some pencil packs will have like a 6B, some will have an 8B, some will even have a 12B. Just depends on the maker and the company you're using. All right, so I'm starting out with my 8B pencil. I'm not trying to put down a whole lot of pressure on it. I'm just using a nice even level of pressure. And it's a pretty solid color. It's a little bit on the dark side. Now, if I push down as hard as I possibly can, yes, I can get a little bit darker than normal, but really the point of these pencils is to just go even pressure all the way across to get a nice value scale, okay? So this one here was the 8B pencil. All right, the next one up is my 6B pencil. Again, same pressure. I'm not trying to do anything different than I did with my 8B. I'm not trying to kill it. I'm not trying to hurt myself in the process here. All right, so this is my 6B pencil. Next up is my 4. Now, most pencil sets come in even numbers. There are obviously some odd number ones, but on average, you buy a set, you'll get like a 6B, a 4B, a 2B, an HB, and a 2H. That's pretty common. The bigger sets will have more pencils and give you a little bit more range. All right, 4B. There we go. For me, my next one is my 2B pencil. So right now the pencils are getting lighter in range. As I go down, they're also getting thicker with the lead, so they're a stronger lead, which means they won't make as many marks. Alright, there we go. Looks pretty good. Alright, 2B. Now, my next one in line is my HB pencil, my middle of the road pencil, my equal number 2. Something to think about when you're using this pencil. It's kind of, again, like I said, it's the middle of all the pencils, so it's equal parts B, equal parts H. And again, you can do a lot with just this pencil, but again, it's just a combination of the two pencils. All right. Another thing is there's also some pencils called F pencils. They're in sets, but not that popular, not that common. All right. I'm going to end with a 2H pencil. I do have a 6H pencil and so on. But to be totally honest, I want this to show up on the camera, and 2H is pretty light. All right. Okay, so this is my 2H pencil. Again, I use the exact same pressure that I started with my 8B pencil. All right, so if you look at 1 to the next, 8B to 6B, not a huge change. But if you look at 2H to 6 or 8B, huge range. And that's the whole point of these pencils. They're slowly changing. Each one's a little bit different, okay? You're not going to see giant transitions from one to the next. But if you look at it as a whole, yes, you've just done a value scale without trying. You just have to remember that you go from one to the next, and the higher the number, the darker it is or the lighter it is. All right, let me draw you a circle with a 2H pencil. Pretty light. And if I use my 8B pencil and draw the same circle, it's going to be a much darker circle. All right, see, that's a big difference just right there. Now I'm going to fill in my 8B. That's going to be a really dark circle. Now the reason we have these two different pencils is most artists do the original drawing with an H pencil. The point of that is H pencils allow you to make corrections and fix mistakes. If you don't like what you're drawing, you can erase it, and it won't really leave much of a mark. If you try to erase with an 8B pencil, it's going to leave a big mark. So let me grab my eraser here. All right. And then I'm going to erase off about half of the circle, and it won't really show much, okay? Again, this is the whole point of these pencils. You do a quick drawing. If everything's fine, you then go over it and shade it in with your B pencils. So first things first, draw it, like it, then add your B's. Now here's the problem with my 8B pencil. I'm erasing it. I'm actually pushing down pretty hard here. And see how I have an after image that looks just like the H pencil? That's why you don't want to draw with your 8B to start with. You want to always start with an H pencil. Big difference, and they're designed for this exact purpose. All right. So right now we've completed a value scale. The pencils have done their job. I didn't have to try real hard, and that's what they're here for. They're to do the work for you. They're to make your life easier. All right. Good job. Make sure you take your time when you're working on this, and you should get a value scale that looks something like this.